What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to another episode of The Drop. And this week is a pretty big week, especially for racing fans, with the release of Forza Motorsport 7, amongst many other things, as well as a big list of honorable mention games that are coming over to the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. First off, we have a game that came out earlier in the year on PC that is coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One by the name of The Hunter Call of the Wild. The Hunter Call of the Wild offers the most immersive hunting experience ever created. Step into a beautiful open world teeming with life from majestic deer and awe-inspiring bison down to the countless birds, critters, and insects of the wilderness. Every inch of the 50 square mile world is crafted using Apex, award-winning technology crafted by Avalanche Studios, famous for Just Cause, during a decade of developing explosive action games. In addition to its rich single-player experience, The Hunter Call of the Wild offers unique multiplayer options, cooperative and competitive, for up to 8 players. Share the ultimate hunting experience and earn those bragging rights. Under normal circumstances, this would not be a game that I would pay that much attention to. It's sitting at okay reviews on Steam. I mean, generally around 2.5 to 3 out of 5 stars, and people do say it's a fairly, simple yet fine open world hunting simulator. However, I have heard that the console versions of the game, on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, are fantastic. They look great, they run pretty well, and overall, it's not going to be 10 out of 10 Game of the Year material, but it certainly is a pretty decent hunting simulator on the consoles. So, in a world where Cabela's normally dominates, we have The Hunter Call of the Wild coming out on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One this week as your hunting simulator for this upcoming hunting season, or if you have a PC, you can check it out on Steam, but again, those reviews are a little bit shifty, so be sure to check out some gameplay, regardless of your platform, before you make your purchase. Next up, we have Forza Motorsport 7 coming out on the Xbox One as well as the PC. Experience the thrill of motorsport at its limits with the most comprehensive, beautiful, and authentic racing game ever made. Enjoy gorgeous graphics at 60 frames per second and true 4K resolution in HDR. Collect and race more than 700 cars, challenge yourself across 30 famous destinations and 200 ribbons, where race conditions can change every lap and every race. Everyone can compete, featuring the Forza Racing Championship Esports League, enhanced spectating modes, and Mixer integration. And for those who are not familiar with Mixer, it's pretty much an Xbox version of Twitch. So in the world of Forza, you pretty much have 2 major franchises, or sub-franchises, depending on how you want to break it down. You have Horizon, which is more geared toward people like me that like completing objectives and like having side missions and pretty much just like wandering around the world. And then you have Forza Motorsport, which is geared more towards the simulator style of audience. So that simulator style experience is the one you are going to be getting this week. And if you've played Forza before, you pretty much know what to expect here. I mean, you have over 700 cars to mess around in, you have over 30 different places to race them in, you've got a lot of stuff coming here, along with a ton of DLC that I am sure will come down the line. So if you are interested in picking up the newest Forza this week, then Forza Motorsport 7 is coming out this week on both the Xbox One and the PC, and of course, like I said, there is that 4K HDR enhancement that makes this one look a little bit extra crispy. Next up, we've got Battle Chasers Nightwar coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch, and the PC. Battle Chasers Nightwar is an RPG inspired by the classic console greats, featuring deep dungeon diving, turn-based combat presented in a classic JRPG format, and a rich story driven by exploration of the world. The turn-based combat in Battle Chasers is inspired by the great JRPGs of the years past, with 3 major features: the dual mana system, an active initiative bar for strategic planning, and momentum-shifting super attacks called Battle Surges. Level up unique heroes, craft gear, and discover incredible pieces of lore scattered throughout the game as you explore rich and beautiful dungeons in the world of Battle Chasers Nightwar. So if you've been hanging around the channel for a while and you've gotten to know my kind of gaming style, you'll know that JRPGs are not really my thing. I've tried them from time to time, but they just simply aren't my kind of style of game on most days. I might play one from time to time. However, this game, Battle Crawlers Nightwar, that's coming out this week, actually looks pretty great for fans of classic JRPGs and RPGs. After checking out some gameplay, I can confidently say that this is definitely taking a lot from those classic RPGs that people have loved from years past and bringing a lot of those elements into a new kind of experience. So if you are a fan of those classic JRPGs and RPGs, then you might want to check out this game, which is coming out again on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch, and the PC this week. Although, again, it's not really my kind of thing. Next up, we have Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions coming to the Nintendo 3DS. The game that launched the Mario and Luigi series returns looking better than ever before. In this renewed classic, Mario and Luigi journey to the Bean Bean Kingdom with Bowser to restore Princess Peach's voice. What a plot that one is. Control Mario and Luigi simultaneously, making use of their unique bros moves to solve puzzles and emerge victorious in action-packed battles. Pay heed to the enemy patterns and time your reactions right to land satisfying counter blows. Included in this remake is the Minions Quest The Search for Bowser mode, which tells the story of the game from the perspective of Bowser's minions. Recruit characters to grow your own minion army as you fight to locate your missing leader. So originally coming out back in 2003 for the Game Boy Advance, this game has become a fan favorite over the years, and I'm glad to see that it is coming out on the Nintendo 3DS, because it is certainly a big piece of nostalgia for a lot of players. I do want to make it very clear that if you are going into this game for the first time, don't just buy this on your 3DS because it says Mario and Luigi. I mean, considering my audience is a pretty hardcore niche gamer audience, you probably wouldn't do that anyways, but if you go into Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions expecting some kind of platformer, either 2D or 3D, you are not going to be getting that whatsoever. And last but not least, we have a game making its way from iOS and Android over to the Nintendo 3DS, which is kind of a strange hopping of the pond, so to speak, but that is a game by the name of Layton's Mystery Journey, Catch Riel, and the Millionaire's Conspiracy. A brand new adventure in the Layton series with a female protagonist. As the 7th main entry into the core Layton series, Layton's Mystery Journey follows Professor Herschel Layton's daughter, Catriel Cat Layton. When Professor Herschel Layton, the protagonist of past Layton titles, goes missing, it's up to his daughter and friends to figure out what's going on. As Cat explore different environments and solve a collection of different puzzles that will get you closer to finding your father. So of what I can gather, this game, as I said, was released on iOS and Android, and it does have some pretty fantastic reviews because as compared to several other franchises that have made debuts on mobile platforms, specifically iOS and Android, this one stays true to its form for the most part. In general, the puzzles themselves have been changed a bit to better fit on iOS and Android. However, their challenge is still there, and on top of that, the art style very much so aligns with early Layton titles, which is a great thing for longtime fans. If you're looking for a new puzzle game on the Nintendo 3DS, Layton's Mystery Journey, Catch Riel, and the Millionaire's Conspiracy is coming out this week on the Nintendo 3DS, as I said, coming from iOS and Android. And to wrap things up, we have some honorable mentions. Axiom Verge, the famous Metroidvania platformer, is coming to the Nintendo Switch, as well as Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. And on top of that, Super Beat Sonic is also coming to the Switch, which was originally a PlayStation Vita game from 2015 that came out this year on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and is now coming out yet again on the Nintendo Switch. And then we have N++, another famous platformer, kind of puzzle game, coming over to the Xbox One. And finally, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is coming out on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and I swear, I feel like I talk about that game coming out on something at least once a month. So there you guys have it. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of The Drop. If you did, drop me a like down below, and in the description box, number 1, let me know if I forgot anything, because it is getting to be that busy time of year, and number 2, let me know what games you are looking forward to. But if you happen to be new to the channel, I do upload new stuff throughout the week, and I'm streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/TheSamuelAdams. But enough of my shameless self-promotion. I will talk to you soon. Have a fantastic week, and peace.